Hey everybody, just doing some more to the kitchen this evening. Been working on getting the backsplash ready for the brick that we purchased, and so what I've been doing is actually putting up the Durarock wallboard in place of the drywall. So let me show you what I'm doing. I've been doing it to most of it right now, and I just have one piece left on this side. So basically, as you saw before, I ripped out the drywall, and what I've been doing is actually using some liquid nails, some heavy-duty construction adhesive on the studs, and then also putting screws in. So screws every 6 inches. Basically, I've been putting in 3 screws per stud. So I'm just adding some. All right, so that's how you get it all on there. And then just like any other flooring, you got this mesh tape that you put over top of it. To cover the seam, and then you'll put a little bit of mortar in there to make it one solid piece. So I'm getting ready to lay the thin brick on the wall now, and here's the actual brick itself. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. So I'm using a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch trowel to put it on. This is what it looks like. Basically what you use for anything that's 12 by 12 and smaller. And I'm just using the leftover mortar. I had about a 1/2 bag left of the mortar that I used for the floor, which it's a large format mortar. I don't think it's going to be a real big issue. I think the next batch of mortar that I do buy, if I have to buy another bag, I'll probably just get the regular, I think this was Versabond large format. I'm just going to get the regular Versabond. Rather than scrape it across the wall, I'm going to just back butter each one individually so that I don't make a mess in between the joints. And that way I can come back with a different color mortar for the grout in between. I want to go with more of a tan rather than a gray, and it only comes in gray or white, so I just had this leftover gray, so I'm going to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm getting a little bit on the brick, and just kind of go across and make a ridge. Right now I'm just going to kind of get it on there. Make sure it's got full contact. Get a bunch on there, then I can go across. Like that. And then put it on. So I had some leftover pieces of plywood from when I made the cabinets, and I got a piece of 1/2 inch plywood, and I cut a bunch of strips and blocks so that I can use them as spacers. So they'll space everything out. And then I got really long ones to sit on top for when I do the next row. So I finished up most of the brick. I still am waiting. I had to special order about 10 to 15 more brick for the backsplash. But the main section that goes underneath the sink and around the window and all that area where is going to be most used by the family. I can actually go ahead and grout that area. So I'm going to go ahead and do it in sections. I'm not going to do all of it at once. But I'm only going to mix a certain amount to be able to do what I need to do and not waste it, because I don't want it getting hard and using up all the grout, because I know I'm going to need some when I get those leftover brick and get those installed. So I did buy 25-pound bag of grout. Just showing you that right here. It's sanded grout. This will go up to eighth of an inch to a half-inch grout joints. And so I have half-inch grout joints. So this ought to work just fine. And I was able to get it in various colors. You can get grays and earth tones, and I actually got this fawn color. It's kind of tan. I was trying to find something a little more tan, closer to what the exterior brick is and the brick that's in the fireplace, to try to match it up. So I'm going to mix it up and see how it works. And so we're going to go ahead and do that now. You want it to be wet enough to kind of flow out of this bag, but you don't want it so wet that it's just gonna run everywhere. You want it to set up. All right. I'm actually using a grout bag that I got at the store, and this is what they use for, usually for doing brick. So what you basically do is you mix up your grout or your mortar, and then pour it in here and use it just kind of like an icing bag that you would use to do icing a cake. But you're basically putting the grout in the joints with this bag. Makes it a lot easier, I think, and hopefully a lot less messy. Definitely forearm workout. You gotta squeeze this thing. Whew. So that's it. It's clean and done. And only thing I have left to do is this wall here. I used a little bit of the leftover that I had from that side right there, and I'll go ahead and use the tool to kind of point it, but I need to pick up the last couple of tiles from the quarry this next week, and we'll have that finished up. But now that we're all done with the backsplash, I can go ahead and change out the outlets to the final outlets that we're going to have and put the covers on, because it's pretty much done. So the next project I got is to go ahead and start painting the doors. They came in the other day, and I'll show you what those look like in another video. All right.